Hello. It is day 28 of the meditation challenge live. And I am hoping you guys are all well. Disclaimers, this is not medical advice, it's education and entertainment. And please consult your licensed medical provider before starting any kind of, or mental health provider too, before starting any kind of regimen. And if you are operating heavy machinery, driving, please do not do this at this time. Please bookmark it because we're going to have our eyes closed. We're going to be more internally focused, and we don't want to have any accidents or anything. So please be aware. Okay. Let's come to our seat. Or even if you wanted to lie down, you could lie down. Seated is a little bit more preferred because you don't fall asleep. But I understand that sometimes it's difficult to sit, so lying down is totally fine. Let's come to your comfortable cushion or position. Have a meditation mat that I sit on. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in. And breathe out. Notice any sounds in your environment. Maybe the creaking of your house or traffic. Just notice those things. Become present to the temperature in the room. Does it feel warm or does it feel cold? Or maybe it's just right. Just notice. And now become aware of your body, your sit bones on the seat. Those are the two pointy bones underneath the buttock area. Notice the weight of your body on the surface that you're sitting on. Keeping the spine reaching for the sky. Become aware of any thoughts or any emotions. Notice if there's anything bothering you. Don't avoid, don't resist. Just let it be there. Just notice, oh, still thinking about that conversation. Still thinking about the discomfort. I'm noticing discomfort, anything. Just notice what this body-mind is going through or experiencing. Taking a deep breath in and breathe out. Notice if there's a part of you that just doesn't feel okay, doesn't feel satisfied. it's also welcome here. It's also welcome in this space. Take a deep breath in and breathe out through the mouth. Another deep breath in and breathe out through the mouth. Notice if there's a part of you that just doesn't feel good enough. Maybe you're not meeting your own standards or somebody else's standards. And that's okay too. That person, that part of you is allowed to be here right now. Allowed to sit at this table. Breathing in and breathing out. Allow yourself to notice the back of your body, the back of your head, neck, shoulders, upper back, lower back, and your buttocks, back of your thighs, back of your calves. And allow yourself to just lean into this space in the back of the body. Allow yourself to have that view from here. Notice if the thoughts and the emotions have a little less tug on you when you're leaning a little back, when you're in the back body looking, that's interesting, that's there. Just notice. There are many different aspects of our personality which is not fixed. It's often related to our upbringing and environment and many other things. And the different aspects of your personality are all welcome here. The part that has confidence and the part that is not confident. There's a part that's wanting to be brave or brave, another part that is fearful. We all hold different and sometimes oppositional vibrations, and we can become the space around them, and we can hold those opposing or seemingly opposing and sometimes complementary aspects of ourselves. We might have a peaceful side and also an unpeaceful side. They're all part of the whole. So as you remember to come back into the back body, reflect and look within. You might feel very silent within, or a silence can take over. Allow that as well. Watching from the space of the observer, it's like watching from a lighthouse. You're removed, and at the same time, you can see. Deep breath in and breathe out. Deep breath in and let go. There is room here for the highly perceptive or sensitive side of you, as well as a part of you that does not notice or misses things. Can both be true in your experience. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Bring to mind a quality that you might possess or experience you might possess that you actually want to reject. Maybe it's the fearful side of you or the lonely side of you or the part that doesn't feel like they're good enough. Bring them to mind now. Bringing your attention to the heart area. Seeing through the eyes of the heart. Look at this part of you. Can you have compassion for this part of you? You'll notice that the mind will want to reject these aspects. Maybe there's a wise part of you, and there's also an ignorant part of you. The mind will want to say, that's not good, and it will self-blame and self-shame and self-reject. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And it's also okay for you to see your self-rejecting side also as part of the group. There's also probably a self-accepting side that's easier for you to accept. Coming back to the space of the heart, can you see that both the self-rejector and the self-acceptor actually bring you to a space of wholeness, of balance. They're actually opposites to each other, but in some way they also balance each other. Can we drop the labels of good, bad, right, wrong, difficult, easy? Can we drop these labels for just a moment as we allow all aspects, all qualities, all experiences to be here, to be present? And as we align with our inner observer, deep breath in and breathe out. Coming back to the heart area. If it helps, you may want to imagine all these different aspects of you, or your personality, we'll call them, your self-concepts, sitting around a table, a big, grand, round table together and enjoying a meal. Getting along. What if the spiritual side of you says, oh, can you pass the salt, Mr. Ego or Ms. Ego over there? The ego says, yeah, sure. Right? Many times we are at war within ourselves because we think we should only be one way or only live in half the table. What if all are accepted and all have their different traits? Deep breath in and breathe out. What if the side that you consider courageous leans over and pats fear on the shoulder? Says, come on, let's go. Let's go try the pudding over there. I'm personifying them, but that's what we do, right? We think that they don't get along, that we have to fight fear to gain courage. But what if it is our fear itself that calls us to become courageous, that has us step into our courage, like often a younger sibling's fear calls the older sibling up to become courageous and stand up. What if they're all part of us and they're all accepted here? Because they're all neutral at the end of the day. When we look through the eyes of the heart, we see that they all have their role, and they all were birthed from different experiences at different times. For whatever reason, we're not here to judge ourselves. We're not here to judge others. We're not here to judge different parts of ourselves. We're just here to learn to look through our heart more. Maybe there's a part of us that feels sad inside. And that's the part that motivates the side that wants to be happy, that clicked on this meditation, that said, I want to help myself get through this. So we can see how all of our parts are connected. And they inspire growth in different ways. What if there was nothing wrong with you and you are as you are? And you're just discovering each part. And those that are ready to be healed, you're helping heal through attention, love, and understanding. These are just different vibrations we hold at the end of the day. They're just different energies we're experiencing as the soul. Deep breath in and breathe out. Deep breath in and breathe out. As we have different experiences, we deepen and grow in different ways. And our souls are here to grow in Earth School. At least that's my belief system. Take it if it resonates with you. Please leave it if it doesn't. Through each lesson, as we learn to walk in times of sadness and grief, our soul is learning how to have and hold compassion for others who may go through the same thing. As we go through times of exuberation and happiness and just beaming with light, our soul is learning how to expand and share that. It's learning about how joy feels. And none of these things are an issue. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. When we stay in the space of the observer, allowing ourselves to experience, but not forgetting that this is an experience, it's not who we are, and that it will end, and it ebbs and flows. Different experiences come in while others fade. That's when we step into more emotional maturity. Deep breath in and let go. When we allow ourselves to fully experience, not necessarily act from a difficult emotion, but fully experience it, it will move through very quickly. One of my spiritual teachers says an emotion can maximum stay 48 hours, maximum. If you can allow yourself to feel it for a little while and have confidence that it will shift after 24 to 48 hours at the max, you will see that you can't stay at that level of vibration because you're also, as nature is, ever changing. Or the mind, I should say, what it brings up is ever changing. What the emotions are coming up are ever changing. You, as the soul, in that observer space, is watching the show unfold. But just like a good movie, we experience the characters, but we know that we're not the characters on some level, right? When we shut off that TV, we move on. Allowing ourselves to be the observing what's happening and allowing the experience to come up, not pushing it away, not resisting it, is part of breaking the habits of suppressing, which we all do at times. But as we allow ourselves to experience without suppression and notice without having to take action, so much self-knowledge can be gained. Deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and let go. Coming back to that scene of all the different aspects of you around the table, getting along, having a meal together. It's kind of like watching the cast party after the movie, you know? The villain is actually best friends with the hero. And can we see life like that? Can we be light? Can we feel like, oh yeah? So that sad part of me encouraged me to like inspire this other part of me to find out what true happiness is, the kind that I can only find within myself. And that knowledgeable part of me was inspired by the part of me that made so many mistakes along the way. Okay, cool. When we approach life with an open hand, okay, I receive. I don't resist. I receive what's happening. I'm going to be in this uncomfortable moment. I'm going to watch myself. Maybe I even act from that. Maybe I say something that's not so wonderful to somebody. Okay, all right, that happened. I accept that, but I don't ignore it. I don't suppress it. See, ignoring something, avoiding something is actually a form of suppression. The time of observation, of reflection will get shorter and shorter. So that part of us, I said that. All right, let me sit with myself. Let me find out why I said that. Let me understand the depth and which character was at play within me to say that line. Okay, good to know. And then from there, I can go and offer an apology if needed. I can bring my humble side with me and allow that part of me to lead the conversation. Deep breath in and breathe out. Our minds love to pigeonhole people into one quality, good, bad, angry, happy, whatever it is, because it's easier to sort for our minds. It's much harder to understand that each person is a kaleidoscope and that you're looking at a kaleidoscopic picture of somebody depending on the time that they're in, the experiences that they're having, and which characters are available and have energy. It's much more complex. But that's closer to our experience. That's closer to how we experience life as well, and how others experience life. So now back in the lighthouse, watching this beautiful, beautiful dinner, this feast amongst all the characters within the different roles that are within you, the different emotions specifically that you feel. Notice if you could just give each one of those parts of you grace. Yes, you can be here, sadness. Yes, you can be here, shame. Yes, you're allowed to be here, wise self. And yes, you're also allowed to be here, ignorant self. Yes, you're allowed to be here, immature side and mature side. When we can give ourselves grace, we can hold the space for ourselves, it becomes much easier to hold the space for someone else. Deep breath in and breathe out. We can stop shaming ourselves for having different parts of our personality. And we can also see that those who shame us probably do not understand themselves to this level. And we can give them grace that it's harder to live in a pigeonholed identity than allowing your identity to be flexible and adaptable. So we can also give them grace that they might not have this 1,000-foot view yet. Deep breath in and breathe out. Coming back to the space of the heart, just notice if there's any motion, any sensation, any expansion, any rhythm. Just notice. Can you feel even more compassion for not only your different aspects within experiences you've been through? Can you also have compassion for those who struggle and that you struggle with? Everybody here is our mirror and a teacher. We see things in them because we also see them in us. We also know that they're there. Sometimes we want to push them away. And we want to push ourselves away, parts of us away. So just be aware of that today as you walk through life. Be aware of that which you push away. See if instead you can invite it in, invite it to the table. So much of our loneliness is because we haven't befriended ourselves. Putting your hand over your heart and the heart center. Then if it feels right to you, you can repeat these affirmations to yourself. Today I will befriend myself. Today, all aspects of me are welcome and have a voice at this table. Today, I will let go of self-judgment, knowing that whatever is arising is for my highest. If an emotion arises and I feel like crying, I can allow that. If an emotion arises and I feel upset, I can write to myself about that. Deep breath in and breathe out. Today, I start the journey of self-acceptance. Today, I lean into my journey of self-acceptance. Deep breath in and breathing out. I no longer reject parts of myself that are in a growth phase. I am here for myself. I am here for my journey. You can relax your hands. I'll spend one more minute in the silence of this. Just notice how you feel. Notice any sensations. I am strong and capable of handling all aspects of me and my life. If you feel called to, you can repeat that. I am strong and capable of handling all aspects of me and my life. Breathing in, allowing light to come in to the body. Imagine a wonderful golden or white light just coming into the body, energizing the body. Notice if you're feeling a little more confident. Notice if you're feeling anything. Whatever you're noticing is totally welcome here. And as we can rub our palms together, create some heat, getting ready for a little face hug. before coming back to the screen. If anybody has their own practice, feel free to continue on. I hope that this helped with feeling a little more, maybe 1% more confident, capable to handle both the inner world that you have and the outer worlds that you deal with. And if you feel like this is helpful for anybody, please feel free to share. I really love what Ram Dass said, the American mystic, not Ram Dass from India. They're two different teachers, but Ram Dass said, we're all just walking each other home. And I love that because there's such humility in that statement. Sometimes we think everybody has it or has to have it figured out the first time around. That's just not how it is. These are patterns and experiences we've had, and if you believe in other lifetimes, for many, many, many eons. And if you don't believe in other lifetimes, that's fine too, at least for many decades. And as we are gentle with ourselves and yet still committed in our journey and persistent, I think that makes all the difference. I hope this helped, and I will see you tomorrow.